So the big news about Floyd, what do you say about that, Sean?
What they're looking for are eyeballs, right? Where does this fall? Mayweather and Pacquiao on the most legitimate Crawford-Canelo side of the spectrum, or the kind of sideshow Jake Paul-Mike Tyson side of the spectrum?
Why would they bring back the single most disappointing fight in boxing history, a decade after the $600 million letdown that drove fans straight to the UFC? The impossible is happening again. Reports have revealed that a rematch between Floyd Mayweather and Manny Pacquiao is no longer fantasy, it's real. And it's being seriously explored by Netflix, the new powerhouse in global sports entertainment. This isn't a rumor. This is breaking news, and it changes everything we thought we knew about the end of their careers. The bombshell came from the Ring magazine, with insiders like Mike Coppinger confirming the story on a panel with Max Kellerman and Lesson Shady McCoy.
Cop bomb, or what do we?
I don't know. You said I have singles. Is this like, what is this? A double? Or?
This is big news, actually. But go ahead, tell the people.
Man. All right, so I am hearing from reliable sources that Floyd Mayweather and Manny Pacquiao, yes, more than 10 years later, a rematch is being seriously discussed to take place next year on Netflix. And Netflix, of course, is very much into eventizing these, whatever they put on, whether it's boxing or tennis. And so far, they've done Jake Paul, Mike Tyson. They just did they just did Canelo against Crawford. And obviously, a rematch between Mayweather and Pacquiao, even at this stage, would classify as a big event for Netflix. And I think is a real possibility this is going to happen. Mayweather is now 46, I believe. And Pacquiao is around the same age. But look, this was the biggest fight in boxing history when it happened. And I think all these years later, a rematch, if it happens, especially after the way Pacquiao looked in July against Barrios, there would be serious interest.
Coppinger stated that talks are real advanced and serious for a colossal event in 2026. And this isn't one-sided. Manny Pacquiao himself has confirmed that negotiations are in an advanced stage. When asked about the rematch, Pacquiao smiled and said probably it will happen.
Would you give it until you close the door on that rematch, or would you keep it open for as long as you could potentially keep it?
Well, I feel initially like almost agreeing each other on a lot of things that we are agreeing each other, but there's a few just a few conditions that we are still negotiating.
In Las Vegas. Simple words, massive implications. This isn't fantasy talk anymore, it's negotiation.
And would it happen in America? Could it be in the Philippines? Could you take it to other locations?
Probably it will happen in less.
Netflix isn't just streaming boxing. As Coppinger put it, they're eventizing it. They've already delivered Mike Tyson versus Jake Paul, and the blockbuster Crawford versus Canelo. They don't just host events, they create global moments. And now, they've set their sights on the one sequel everyone says they hate, but everyone would still watch.
Manny Pacquiao, 46 years old. We got Floyd Mayweather, 48 years old. Now, when they first met, it was one of the biggest fights, the biggest gate, right? But a lot of people said it was very one-sided. Floyd Mayweather dominated the fight.
You know, naturally bigger guy and better defense. But we will never actually know the answer to that question because we never got to see it 5 years earlier. Now, Shady makes the point, Malik, that this is not like Crawford-Canelo, and it's not. But it's also not exactly like Jake Paul and Mike Tyson.
It's nowhere near.
The answer is Manny Pacquiao. At 46 years old in age, when most fighters are long gone, Pacquiao stepped back into the ring for a grueling 12-round title fight. It ended in a draw, officially. But Pacquiao disagreed. It happened again, he said. That fight felt like sparring. I clearly won 8 rounds to 4, maybe 7 to 5.
You said it was a draw. What were you thinking in your mind?
You know, it's happened again. Like
Bobby said that you told them it was like sparring. Bobby Pacquiao said your brother said he told them it was like sparring. That it felt fighting with Barrios. It felt like it was a sparring.
Yeah, like sparring. Yeah, like sparring. I would like my scorecard is like 8-4.
Okay.
8-4 or 7-5 is the worst.
And many fans and experts agree. Pacquiao still had the speed, the footwork, and that relentless volume of punches. As one analyst put it, if a 46-year-old Pacquiao can arguably beat a sitting world champion, that says more about boxing than it does about him. That single performance resurrected his value, proving he isn't a washed-up legend. he's still terrifyingly competitive. And that's exactly why this rematch suddenly makes sense.
The way how Floyd is looking lately, whether it's in the gym and the way how Pacquiao has been looking in his last fight, I'm really into the fight if they're going to do it again, especially if it's going to be on the best stage in the world, the ring, the Netflix, and the same type of numbers going on.
There is something interesting that Pacquiao just got a draw on the fight I thought he won against a world-class fighter at the age of 46. It's insane. And before that, he beats Keith Thurman. That's already 6 years ago after the age of 40. Giving Thurman his only loss and knocking him down in the process in a great fight. That's insane. Floyd has not been competing on that level in years. Do you think that changes the way people look at this? Like, we all saw Floyd beat him the first time. And a lot of people like Malik and I all think Floyd would have won even had they fought 5 years prior to that. But now maybe had things tipped in Pacquiao's direction a little bit?
Now, look at the other side. While Pacquiao has been active, Floyd Mayweather, now 48, hasn't had a real professional fight since Andre Berto in 2015 or his last sanctioned bout against Conor McGregor in 2017. Since then, it's been exhibition after exhibition. Logan Paul, Deji, and others. For the first time ever, Floyd is the one with ring rust, while Pacquiao is the one coming in sharp and battle-tested. The script has flipped, and
the fact that 46-year-old Manny came out of retirement after 3 years and went toe-to-toe and arguably beat Mario Barrios. Let's be honest, that's probably more of an indictment on the sport than this fight would ever be, but you're still going to get that feel of like, oh man, here come the novelty act fights. All right, this is what we're doing. I don't necessarily feel that way. You're going to get that feel with a lot of the hardcore boxing fans, like a Mike Tyson, Jake Paul, just like a Gervonta Tank Davis, Jake Paul, just like a Floyd Mayweather, Logan Paul. You're going to get more of an attention outside of your hardcore fan base from casual audiences to watch a fight like this. And in that way, it is a net good for boxing. It just means more eyes on the sport. That is a good thing. And again, this doesn't feel like as much of a gimmick because they are two legendary names in the same or around the same weight. They had already fought before. You're talking about pound for pound, number one, number two greatest all time in those weight divisions. I mean, you can argue for the heavier guy. I'm just saying these are two of the greatest. And if they want to do it, even in their old age, I wouldn't recommend it. But then again, Manny just fought a world championship fight and looked okay compared to what he was in there with. So I don't mind it. I will watch this. I will break it down. I will enjoy.
The moment this story broke, the backlash was instant. Fans remember 2015. They remember waiting 7 long years for the fight of the century, only to get a 12-round chess match that many called boring. Yes, it shattered every revenue record for 0.6 million pay-per-view buys, but it left a bitter taste that never faded.
Huh? Am I reading this right? I know I ain't Floyd Mayweather in the Breakfast Club. I know I'm not. Ladies and gentlemen, Floyd Mayweather versus Manny Pacquiao in talks for 2026 bout, whether it's a rematch, exhibition. Ladies and gentlemen, we waited 7 years to see Mayweather and Manny Pacquiao. And then when it finally came through fruition, man, they dropped the ball. They dropped the ball so bad that people ran to the UFC. Man, I believe that was the last fight party that I attended to. Man, I'm like, you's a liar! But you understand what I'm trying to say. The whole world was waiting for this fight. The whole world saw this fight. Even the pay-per-view went to $100. Huh? But I ain't complaining. You's a liar! So you telling me that we're gonna see these guys in a rematch and they're near 50 when in their 30s it was so boring?
Even Pacquiao has admitted it. That fight was boring, he said. Floyd ran all 12 rounds. He's not even in my top 5 toughest opponents. I feel sorry for the fans. Veteran journalist Dan Raphael summarized it best. Everyone will complain. Everyone will roll their eyes, but the truth is, when it's Floyd versus Pacquiao, everyone's going to watch. On the panel, Shady McCoy put it bluntly, come on, it's Floyd and Pacquiao. You're gonna watch it.
But Mayweather and Pacquiao was easily the biggest fight of its era, of the generation. And it was the highest grossing fight of all time.
Sure.
Because it had 4.4 million pay-per-view buys at $100 a pop. Do the math, right?
When Pacquiao fought Floyd, even was it 2014? What was that? When did they fight for that big fight? 2015. Whatever it was, when they fought. And it was so hyped up, and I couldn't wait. And it wasn't what I thought it was going to be.
It was past its expiration.
Because they should have been fighting. They was both at their peaks, and they were like, okay, Floyd, Pacquiao. They didn't give us that. So now we're going to fast forward it, and we're going to fight again?
Jake Paul versus Tyson. Jake versus Tank were killing the game. People aren't coming for legacy fights like Bud versus Canelo. They're coming for names. Max Kellerman disagreed. You're wrong. Shady. This is Floyd Mayweather, the most technically gifted fighter ever, versus Manny Pacquiao, one of the greatest offensive machines in history. You can't call that meaningless.
Why not Floyd Mayweather? Why isn't he in the top 5?
Floyd Mayweather, he's running the whole 12 rounds and he won the fight.
Manny, who are the top 5 fighters you ever fought, you think?
Barrera, Morales, Marquez, De La Hoya, Cotto, Margarito.
Why no Floyd Mayweather? Why not Floyd Mayweather? Why isn't he in the top 5?
Floyd Mayweather, he's running the whole 12 rounds and he won the fight. How is that? I mean, you know, I feel sorry to the fans because the fight is boring. You know, the fight is boring. Like, that's not the fans are expecting to us. I mean, as a fighter, if I'm a fan, of course I want to see a good fight, like changing fight, not a passion show.
Manny Pacquiao's 46 years old. He just fought, to a draw, and he's proven that age is just a number. Actually, I want to fight Manny Pacquiao next. I'll fight him next, and then I'll fight the winner fights Floyd Mayweather. I want to get out there and show the world that I'm still here. You can't get rid of me. When I'm ready to leave, then I'll leave. If I'm not ready though. I love boxing.
Chris Eubank Jr. in a rematch November 15th. On this show last week, Ben told us he's coming back to 47 no matter what.
Yep.
And we have Gervonta Davis, who of course has the exhibition with Jake Paul, also in November. And those are the fights for Manny right now, whether it's the first fight or the second fight.
So that's all for today's video. If you enjoyed this breakdown, make sure to like, subscribe, and ring that bell icon so you never miss the next update. Drop your thoughts below. Would you watch Mayweather versus Pacquiao 2? Or should boxing finally move on? Stay tuned, and we'll catch you in the next one.